Well, this is new.
Whoa!
Hey everyone, Lore of the Dragon here, taking over for Canadian Guy 8 before he takes lead of content on the channel again. So, recently Spyro has been rather absent, as we all know. And I know for a few of us it's been rather hard waiting for news. In the meantime, I've gone slightly insane and went too far into the lore of Spyro. While I was scouring around for the meanings of life and some deeper lore, I found a symbol. This symbol, as many of my friends can tell you, I've been rather interested in for a good amount of time. And this symbol represents the element of aether, or rather convexity if you're used to hearing that name. Some of you might have heard of it, but mainly from The Legend of Spyro. But for those who haven't heard of it, I want to explain it and why it actually might be more important than some people realize. So, what is this thing and why did it have fans excited when it returned and crashed on the run? The game doesn't really tell you anything about it, so why would it be important at all? Well, let me show you why, and what I've been seeing for the past year or so. Today, I'm going to go into a bit of an investigation where we'll be looking at Spyro Lore, and just having some fun thinking of possibilities for the future of Spyro and what it could hold if this power is to be in it. I'm going to take you back to 2006 to around 2008, during the time of the Legend of Spyro series, the first reboot in the Spyro franchise. In this trilogy, Spyro is in possession of an incredible power, that being aether. This thing ranges from having just a normal elemental attack, essentially just a focused beam of energy, to something that can literally pull a planet together. Not much was ever described about this power officially, at least at the time, but if you're interested, there is an unofficial but interesting headcanon on the internet that brings up some interesting pieces of info. Since the end of The Legend of Spyro, it's just kind of disappeared, until more recently. There's been some references here and there in the Dragon Realms of Reignited, where it only ever shows up in places that have to do with magical tasks, like magic crafters and Dreamweavers, but you can take that as you will and look at it yourself. A more curious appearance is one that we saw in Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, literally on a pair of wheels. All of these wheels depict a certain element, and each one bears a symbol that is reminiscent of the symbol we've been talking about, and the same one that represents aether. These were essentially all that we saw until Crash on the Run, where we saw and officially got the name aether to describe this symbol. And honestly, it was a great thing to see come back, but it did leave me wondering if this was going to just be a cameo of older bits of Spyro lore, or if there was going to be a bit more of a puzzle to this. Over the course of about 3 years, we've seen it come back into relevancy. Out of all the things that could have come back, this is what was decided to be brought back along with Dark Spyro. Well, I believe it might actually have to do with this being the new symbol for magic, or rather what might later be called aether. It has appeared in places that are heavily invested in magic. It has appeared on elemental wheels and has a history of representing a magical element, one of cosmic proportions. Every time something resembling it has shown, it's been escalated how much importance this symbol holds, so it seems like this is slowly becoming more relevant in Spyro's story. For the future of Spyro, maybe we could see aether as a possible new element, magic at its fullest potential. With characters like Dark Spyro getting loose and wreaking havoc on the multiverse with darker powers, it might be a tool that will be useful in the adventures ahead. It could even provide a way to look deeper into Spyro's world, into the magic that surrounds the dragons, and more. We'll just have to wait and see. But what do you guys think? Is this aether, or am I just going crazy? Comment below and let me know. Thanks everyone for watching this. Hopefully it wasn't too confusing. I've tried to make it a bit more condensed, but this topic is pretty big and I've invested a lot of time into it. Anyway, thank you to Canadian Guy A for giving me the opportunity to make this video. And if you want to learn more about aether, I actually have my own channel called Lore of the Dragon where I've made a bunch of different videos on multiverse theory and, of course, again, aether. Just so you know, my style of video is slightly different than Canadian Guy A, so just be aware of that. But anyway, that's going to be it for me. Again, I invite you all to speculate in the comments and to check out Lore of the Dragon. Stay safe, everyone.